You're here because something called you. Maybe it was curiosity, or maybe it was something you've been feeling deep inside for a long time, a sense that there's more to this life than what meets the eye. And if you've clicked on this video, it's because you've begun to notice signs. Not just any signs, but ones that pop up in the strangest moments. You might have brushed them off before, thinking they were coincidences, random occurrences. But what if I told you that these signs are far from random? What if I told you that these signs are messages from the universe, and only the chosen ones can truly see them? Now think back to a moment in your life where something strange happened. Maybe it was a flicker of light in the corner of your eye, a number you kept seeing over and over, or a feeling that something significant was about to happen. These are not accidents, they are signals, and if you're seeing them, it's because you've been chosen to receive them. But why you? Why now? Let's start by understanding that the universe is constantly communicating with us. Most people go through life never noticing these subtle messages. They're too caught up in their daily routines, too distracted by the noise of the world to see the signs that are right in front of them. But some of us, those who are chosen, begin to notice. We start to feel a deeper connection, like there's something bigger at play, guiding us, nudging us in the right direction, even if we don't fully understand what that direction is yet.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lesson.
So let me ask you, have you ever felt like the world was trying to tell you something, but you couldn't quite figure out what it was? That feeling is the first sign. It's the beginning of your awakening. And once you start to pay attention, the signs become clearer. They show up when you least expect them, in the strangest moments, when you're in the middle of a conversation, when you're walking down the street, or even when you're daydreaming. These moments, seemingly insignificant, are actually filled with meaning. They are the universe's way of waking you up, of letting you know that you're on the right path. But here's the thing. These signs aren't always easy to interpret. Sometimes they come in the form of symbols or patterns that you've never seen before, and it's easy to dismiss them. But if you're seeing them repeatedly, if they keep showing up in your life, that's your cue to stop and take notice. You've been chosen to see what others cannot. You've been chosen to understand what is often hidden from the masses. Now, I'm sure you're wondering, why me? Why am I seeing these signs when so many others don't? The answer is simple: because you're ready. The universe never gives us more than we're capable of handling. If you're seeing these signs, it's because you are ready to receive them, to understand them, and to act on them. You've reached a point in your journey where you're being called to a higher level of awareness, a deeper connection with the world around you. But what do you do once you start seeing these signs? How do you make sense of them? The first step is to trust. Trust that these signs are not coincidences. Trust that the universe is guiding you, even if you don't know where it's leading you yet. This is the hardest part for many of us, letting go of the need to control, the need to understand everything right away. But here's the truth: you don't need to have all the answers. You just need to be open to pay attention and to trust that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. And here's where it gets really interesting. The more you start paying attention to these signs, the more they will show up. It's like the universe is testing you, asking, are you really paying attention? Are you ready for what's next? The signs might start small, like seeing the same number over and over, or hearing a phrase that seems to resonate with you on a deeper level. But as you begin to notice them, they'll become more frequent, more intense. You might start having vivid dreams or feel a strong pull towards certain people, places, or ideas. These are all part of the process. The universe is giving you clues, leading you towards your purpose. But here's a question I want you to sit with. What are these signs trying to tell you? It's one thing to see the signs, but it's another to understand their meaning. And this is where you have to start looking inward. The signs you're receiving are deeply personal. They're meant for you and only you. No one else can interpret them for you. You have to tap into your own intuition, your own inner knowing, to figure out what the universe is trying to tell you. So take a moment to reflect. What patterns have been showing up in your life? What symbols, what feelings, what experiences keep repeating themselves? These patterns are not random. They are messages, and they are pointing you towards something important. Maybe it's a decision you need to make, a path you need to follow, or a truth you need to embrace. Whatever it is, the signs are there to guide you, but you have to be willing to listen. And here's the thing, once you start listening, once you start trusting in the signs, your life will begin to change in ways you never expected. You'll start to feel more aligned, more in tune with the flow of the universe. Things that once felt difficult or confusing will start to make sense. You'll begin to attract the people, the opportunities, the experiences that are meant for you. It's like the universe is saying, finally, you're paying attention. Now let's get to work. But it all starts with you, with your willingness to see the signs, to trust in them, and to follow where they lead. Now that you've started to notice the signs, let's go deeper. These signs are not just random occurrences, they have layers of meaning, each one more profound than the last. Once you open your eyes to the signs, you may begin to notice that they don't just appear in the physical world. They start to show up in your emotions, in your thoughts, even in your dreams. This is where the second level of awakening begins. You see, the first signs are like whispers, soft, subtle, almost easy to miss. But as you begin to pay attention, the signs become louder, more insistent. They begin to speak to you in ways that go beyond the physical world. Have you ever woken up from a dream that felt so real, so vivid, that it stayed with you for days? Or have you ever had a gut feeling so strong that you couldn't ignore it, even if you didn't understand why? These are signs too, but they require a deeper level of awareness. They require you to not only see but to feel, to trust in your inner knowing, even when it doesn't make logical sense. So let me ask you, have you ever had a feeling that something was about to happen, even though there was no evidence to support it? That's your intuition speaking, and the more you trust it, the stronger it becomes. These intuitive nudges are just as important as the signs you see in the physical world, if not more so. They are the universe's way of guiding you from within, helping you navigate the twists and turns of your journey. But here's the thing, many of us have been taught to ignore our intuition. We've been conditioned to rely on logic, on reason, on what we can see and touch. But the journey of the chosen one requires you to go beyond that. It requires you to trust in something deeper, something unseen. This is where the real magic happens. Once you start trusting in your intuition, the signs will become even clearer. You'll begin to notice that the universe is not just giving you clues, it's giving you a roadmap. Each sign, each feeling, each intuitive nudge is a step on the path that is uniquely yours. As we move deeper into this journey, you'll begin to realize something profound. The signs you're seeing, the intuitive nudges you're feeling, are all part of a larger plan. A plan that's been unfolding since the moment you were born, maybe even before that. The signs you see in the strangest moments are not just random events, they are markers along a path that is uniquely yours. But here's the real challenge, trusting the unseen. We live in a world that values what can be measured, what can be explained, what is concrete. But the signs you're seeing, the ones only chosen ones can perceive, often defy explanation. They don't fit neatly into the boxes that society has created. And that's why most people miss them. They dismiss them as coincidences, as their minds playing tricks on them. But you're different. You started to see beyond the surface. to recognize that there's more going on than meets the eye. And that's where your power lies. But let me ask you this. How comfortable are you with not having all the answers? This is one of the hardest parts of the journey. We're conditioned to want certainty, to want everything laid out in front of us. But the path of the chosen one requires a different kind of faith. It requires you to trust even when you don't understand, to follow the signs even when they seem to be leading you into the unknown. This is what separates the chosen from the rest. It's not about seeing the signs, it's about acting on them, even when you don't know where they'll lead. And here's the thing, the signs don't always make sense right away. You might see a series of numbers that keep repeating, or you might have a dream that feels significant, but leaves you with more questions than answers. This is where patience comes in. The universe doesn't always reveal its plan all at once. Sometimes it gives you just enough to keep moving forward, one step at a time, and that can be frustrating. You want to know what it all means. You want to see the bigger picture. But here's the truth. The journey is the point. Think about it like this. What if the signs aren't leading you to a destination, but are instead guiding you through a process of transformation? So the signs you see in the strangest moments are not just about getting you to a specific place or achieving a certain goal, but they're about who you become along the way. Every time you trust in a sign, every time you follow your intuition, you are stepping more fully into your true self. You are becoming the person you were always meant to be. And that's what this journey is really about. So, what should you do when you see a sign? The first step is to acknowledge it. Don't brush it off. Don't dismiss it as a random occurrence. Recognize that it's there for a reason. The universe doesn't waste energy. If a sign shows up in your life, it's because you're meant to see it. Take a moment to pause and reflect. What is this sign trying to tell me? Sometimes the meaning will be clear right away. Other times it will take time for the meaning to reveal itself. And that's okay. You don't need to have all the answers right now. What's important is that you stay open, that you remain curious. The signs are like pieces of a puzzle, and over time they will begin to fit together. But you have to be patient. You have to trust that the universe is guiding you, even when the path isn't clear. And here's where things get really interesting. The more you trust in the signs, the more aligned your life will become. You'll start to notice that things begin to flow more easily. You'll attract the right people, the right opportunities, the right experiences. It's like the universe is clearing the path for you, removing obstacles that once seemed insurmountable. This is the power of living in alignment with the signs. But let me ask you another deep question. What would your life look like if you fully trusted the signs you're receiving? Most of us live with one foot in and one foot out. We see the signs, we feel the nudges, but we don't fully commit. We let doubt creep in. We second-guess ourselves. But imagine if you didn't. Imagine if you acted on every sign, every intuitive whisper, without hesitation. What would change? How would your life be different? This is the level of trust that the universe is asking from you. It's asking you to go all in, to stop holding back, to stop waiting for more proof, more validation. The signs are the proof. The fact that you're seeing them is all the validation you need. You've been chosen, and now it's time to start acting like it. But here's the thing. Acting on the signs doesn't mean making reckless decisions. It doesn't mean throwing caution to the wind and abandoning all logic. It means finding a balance between intuition and reason. It means listening to your inner guidance while also being grounded in the present moment. The signs are not meant to lead you into chaos, they are meant to bring you into alignment. So, how do you act on the signs in a practical way? Start small. If you keep seeing a particular number, look into its meaning. If you feel drawn to a certain place or person, explore that feeling. Take one step and then another. The path will unfold as you walk it. The signs will continue to guide you, but you have to be willing to take action. And remember, the signs are not just about you. They are part of a larger, interconnected web of energy. When you act on the signs, you're not just aligning your own life, you're contributing to the collective energy. You're playing a role in something much bigger than yourself. This is why the chosen ones are so important. We are the ones who are waking up, who are seeing beyond the surface, who are helping to raise the vibration of the planet. So ask yourself, are you ready to embrace your role in this greater plan? And as we come to the final part of this journey, I want you to consider something radical. Up until now, we've been talking about the signs you see in the external world, the numbers, the symbols, the patterns that appear in the strangest moments. What if I told you that you are the sign? Think about it. You are a living, breathing manifestation of the universe. Your very existence is a sign. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, every action you take sends ripples through the universe. You are constantly communicating with the world around you, whether you realize it or not. And just as you are receiving signs, you are also giving them. Let me ask you this, what if someone else is seeing you as their sign? This is a powerful idea. You are not just a passive observer in this journey, you are an active participant. The signs you see are guiding you, yes, but you are also a guide for others. Your energy, your presence, your choices are all part of the greater plan. When you act on the signs you receive, you inspire others to do the same. You become a beacon of light, a source of guidance for those who are still waking up. This is the final revelation. You are not separate from the signs. You are part of them. You are part of the universal flow, the intricate web of energy that connects us all. And once you fully embrace this truth, everything changes. You begin to see that there is no separation between you and the universe. The signs are not something out there trying to communicate with you. They are you. They are reflections of your own energy, your own consciousness. And when you start living in alignment with that truth, life becomes effortless. The signs become clear, the path becomes smooth, and you step into your true power. So now, I leave you with this final question. Are you ready to become the sign that you've been waiting for? The journey doesn't end here. In fact, it's just beginning. You've seen the signs, you felt the pull, and now it's time to step fully into your role as a chosen one. The universe is waiting for you. The world needs you, and it's time for you to answer the call.